in the community.
The world.
That's going to be bigger than the internet.
And the known universe.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
It's the Upstate Pulse on 106.3 WORD. Brought to you by Borderlands Comics and Games.
You're on the air.
Welcome into the Upstate Pulse. It is a beautiful Saturday night. You know what's really beautiful about it? By the way, my name is Lonzo, and guess what? When we're done here, I'm on vacation. That just makes it beautiful. And you may be saying, Lonzo, how can you take a vacation? Well, I'm surrounded by competent people who are not going to call me at all for the entire week because they got this. That's what I'm believing, and it's happened before. It's going to happen again. If this is the first time you've listened to this show where we're getting ready to get bigger and we're not going to get better. We're already so good. How can you get better than that?
We're already better.
But we are perfection. We are getting ready to switch signals. So again, we're going to remind you as much as we can. Starting on the 28th, WRD moves to the left, or 106.3 moves to the left. 106.3 is going bye-bye. Okay, not really. We're swapping signals with our sister station. 98.9, and Word is going to be 98.9. And the cool part about it is now we're going to be heard up to Asheville, almost to Charlotte in one direction, and way into Georgia. So we get to spread the nerd through 3 states. And looking forward to that. Looking forward to all my furry friends from Asheville being able to have this show.
We'll finally be able to corner the furry market.
Listen. And we're going to talk about South Carolina Comicon because we have a guest, and I'll introduce him in a second. But I think it was 2 Comic-Cons ago, maybe 3. We got a wonderful email from a representative of the Furry Nation who, out of Asheville, was so grateful for the show. And now, you know what? They're going to be able to hear the show in Asheville. And hopefully they call in often, which won't work because we don't take phone calls. But, I mean, they could text. And it can be a part of the stream. You know what? You could text too. Text line is 71307. Text us now and start your text with Flaccid. You may ask why. Well, it's nostalgia. That's all. Just text Flaccid 71307. You can also see us live on Facebook at 106.3 WORD, at the Upstate Pulse, or at my personal Facebook page, Lonzo on Word. You can see us on YouTube at 106.3 WORD or the Upstate Pulse. You can see us on Twitter at Lonzo on Word. And finally, you can see us on Twitch at the Upstate Pulse. That is the last time I will tell you all of them because that took half the segment. So I'm not doing it. But what I will tell you is we're going to continue with the video game bracket tonight, and we're going to talk a bunch of South Carolina Comic-Con. First of all, T2 is in the house. Tim Snow.
What's up?
He's ready to go. By the way, Tim, once again, does not have his glasses, so please send really long texts that will break up into 2 or 3 parts and misspell a few words, just here and there.
You know what's messed up about my glasses?
What's that?
I've completely lost them.
So we can continue with this. Also, the upgrade. Cameron Reitzel is in the house, rocking the sunglasses because he got attacked by pixies.
They were a lot stronger than I first imagined. They rolled up out of nowhere. They all punched me in the eye in unison, and now I'm having to nurse it for a week.
Yeah, they have really little hands, so they can all punch at the same time, and they have wings. Also,
oddly damaging.
Yes. Well, I mean, they're strong. If you've seen movies or D&D or whatever, or maybe you saw them in your dreams, they're very, very strong.
Sometimes you roll low, Dad.
Sometimes you do. Speaking of rolling low, let's talk about the lowest voice in the room or in the other room. You'll see why. That would be Matthew Causey with us.
That's right. I'm over here in the news booth. I got kicked out because we have an important guest.
We do. He got kicked out. And that special guest is just spoken. It is the exalted Rob Young. Cameron called him the exalted, and he seemed to like it. So Rob Young from Borderlands Comics and Games, and from the upcoming South Carolina Comic-Con, April 15th and 16th. We're 3 weeks? Is it still 4 weeks?
Why are you trying to give me a panic attack? What are we doing?
Why?
What are we doing right now?
What are we doing?
Yeah. It's
cutting the time. It's making me more nervous.
It's 4 weeks, not 3 weeks. My bad.
By the way,
my bad. Listen. I get that you have to do all the work. We just get to go there. So I'm ready
to go and play.
The queen of South Carolina Comic-Con is the master of getting it all done. But I do my piece, but that she is the master. She does more work than anybody.
So if
she's definitely on top of it.
She is. If you have any questions for Rob about Comic-Con or about comic books or about the state of the universe, text us 71307 or hit us up on the stream, and he will answer all your questions with a lengthy and a mind-blowing answer, because that's what he does. All right. Also on the show today, I'm just leading into this because I'm so excited. I'm really excited about this. Everybody's laughing. Everybody's into this. They're not going to be when I talk about the next thing. We are doing a taste test today. The ranch ice cream is downstairs in the refrigerator. Ranch ice cream. I only got a pint. So when you guys get into it and go, man, this is good.
I would ask what made you this way, but I think I understand.
Yeah. So
it's probably the ranch ice cream.
Well, here's the thing. After having the Lucky Charms milkshakes, I think was the worst thing that we've ever had here, to the point where we're tasting it like 2 weeks later.
As well as the pickle smoothie from Burger King.
Yeah, the pickle smoothie was pretty bad.
Which, by the way,
too.
when I dumped that out in the bathroom, it curled up together and it looked like an alien from, Alien.
Okay. That was very descriptive and not necessary.
We
but
had the jalapeno nuggets too.
Yeah,
that we got from Burger King.
Yeah, but see, some things are not bad, and some things are really bad.
Those were pretty bad.
Well, I think
they weren't bad going down. We'll just say that
this is going to top it all. It absolutely is. We also are going to be getting to our video game bracket. We're going to finish up round 1 today. We've got, I think, 8 matchups, and then round 1 will be done, and this thing will start going quicker. So somewhere around South Carolina Comic-Con, we should be just about done. Also, someone's facing a Nerf wall. Well, we know one person is facing a Nerf wall. That would be Tim, because he owes us from Christmas. Sorry we didn't get to it last week, but we were doing Radio D&D, and we had to get down the hallway and get to that. And Rob, if you are looking on one of the streams, you can see the gun. He brought the gun. It is
I ain't scared.
It's the Jesse Ventura special.
There's a heft to that.
Yes, there is.
And the fact that there's a heft to a Nerf
just
gun.
look at the barrel.
I'm just kidding. I'm a little scared of that gun.
Just look at the
It's a Space Marine gun from
You think so?
Warhammer. I think it's what Space Marines carry.
Probably.
I'd imagine so, yeah.
It's so,
I mean, it fits the description of a
Either
Space
that or,
Marine.
like,
Right, doesn't
It
it? It's
does.
a Space Marine bolter.
Yeah.
it's so big and heavy, it has to have a
Rob
strap.
Young, the Astartes.
Yes, there we go. So all that stuff to look forward to in these next 2 hours. But let's start with the fact that Rob Young is here. I think this is the latest we've had you on when a Comic-Con's coming up. And because
I've been on the week before the show. I plan on being on the week before the show again.
okay, so my question is for you: is this the busiest you've been since before COVID?
Overall, like if you count both things, yeah, for sure. The new store is really crazy. We're super thankful. Everybody's loving it, but then we have to order all the new product types and keep up with everything. So it's really nuts. But the con is also, trending up quite a bit.
We're looking for it really quick on stream. Trey says, I used to work with a woman that said she was a furry. She'd often wear cat ears, headbands, and say meow instead of hello. That's not weird. That's just like a normal day around here in radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can say that.
Tim often growls, but it's kind of a scary growl. It's not one of those.
He's a wolfie.
One of those nice growls.
Yeah.
All right, let's get right into some of these questions before we take our
I'm
first
my
break.
own animal.
All right, there are some people out there who don't know about South Carolina Comic-Con. Maybe they're tuning in for the first time, and in 2 weeks we're going to be able to talk to a whole new audience about it, and a bigger audience when we go to 100,000 watts. And we'll be able to. There'll be a lot
Gigawatts?
There'll be a lot of people confused, going, "Where's my Christmas music?" And we can help them out with that too.
Oh,
all right. When and where is South Carolina Comic-Con?
It is April 15 and 16 at the Greenville Convention Center. It's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a thing. Buy tickets online at SCComicon.com, and we do will call at the store the week before. If folks want to pick up their wristbands early, or they can pick them up at will call at the con, or buy tickets at the con.
Now you may be saying, "Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people there." You're right. There'll be a lot of people there, but it's. You get in and out. You're able to see and do everything that you want to do in a timely fashion. This thing runs like a well-oiled machine. We've been there. We were talking about how I've been there almost every year. Like I missed a year, and I remember the first year we came to the con when it was smaller than what it is now, because it's pretty big. And along with the OG Chris Evans, we came in at the wrong end of the convention center, and there were open doors, and Chris was just walking into them. And I'm like, Chris, you're going to get us in trouble. Stop doing that. He's like, the door's open. That means I can go in. It's like, stop. So
Chris has a lot of kinder tendencies.
Yeah, he does. He's just smiling the whole time. It's like, man, don't get us kicked out before we get in there. And then I always remember we had our tickets. We're getting ready to go in, and Angry Zach walking behind. I believe it was Snow White, or
it was Snow White and like a lot of the dwarves.
Yeah,
and
they were walking
all 7.
They were walking really slow, like up the middle of the hallway, and there he was behind them, and he couldn't get around.
He was stomping angrily,
and
too.
he was getting more and more angry, and we just stood there and watched him and thought, this is great. I will also tell you that if you are an older person and you have someone in your life that's into comic books or into statues, into pop figures, into just about anything pop culture, you need to come to this because you're going to have a good time, especially if you're a people watcher, because people dress up. It's called cosplay. You may think it's Halloween, but it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. And they have a great time, and you just get to look around and see all different races, creeds, shapes, sizes, and furries.
And furries.
Oh boy.
And furries. You've already talked about where we can get tickets. Will there be VIP tickets this year?
Yeah, VIP tickets are up on the website now. They'll include an exclusive shirt as well as early entry both days and 3 exclusive variants that we have done during the year for 3 different books. So it's pretty good value.
Ooh. I'm intrigued, and you know what? I'm sure you are too. But you're going to have to wait for us to talk about the guests that are coming up on South Carolina Comic-Con, because we got to take a break. And after the break, we're going to get to some pretty big guests. Pretty excited about a couple of them. All right, I'm excited about all of them. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD, continuing live during the break on all the streams I mentioned earlier. No, I'm not doing it again.
We want to hear from you. 1-800-347-1063 or text us at 71307. This is the Upstate Pulse on 106.3 WORD.
Again, that's Rob.
Here's a breaking weather alert from the 106.3 WORD Weather Center. A freeze warning begins at 11 p.m. tomorrow night and continues until 10 a.m. Monday. A freeze warning means that overnight low temperatures are expected to fall below 32 degrees for at least a few hours over a widespread area. Air temperatures this cold can cause damage to or kill sensitive outdoor plants. If you can, bring susceptible plants indoors or cover them to provide at least some protection from the cold temperatures. Watering plants in the evening can also provide some help. A freeze warning begins at 11 p.m. tomorrow night and continues until 10 a.m. Monday. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Vuchitsky from the 106.3 WORD Weather Center.
Rob is efforting.
106.3 WORD is moving to the left. What? Starting Tuesday, March 28th, more stimulating talk, more breaking news, and more power with 100,000 watts on 98.9 FM.
Absolutely.
To better cover the Carolinas.
This is a great day for America.
Set your preset to News Talk 98.9.
News Talk 98.9. The voice of the Carolinas.
Yeah, I know.
Which is right in.
Betting it'll be dry.
Yeah. Which means it'll be fine. Which means it's my kind of humor, so I'm into that.
Another vet
also,
that eats a drink. Third vet says it's the
been making a big
then
deal about how I don't want to talk to Hangman Adam Page. And if he does come on, and he might, I'm going to tell him my favorite wrestler is John Nelson. And
Dynamite is a big part of Maxwell's
my
diet.
favorite wrestler is John
It
Nelson.
won't be so indifferent than
Your dog will be.
it won't be so different than the time that you interviewed
It can be
Charlie.
dangerously
True.
easy to steal your
Because you
identity
brought
during
up that-
tax
well, I'm
season
more of a
because
Carmelo
so much
person.
sensitive info
Until
is all
her
together.
handler said
Before
she
we
was,
start the annual
Patriots
meeting of
fan.
Sean's
Remember?
personal info,
I made her. She was
has
glaring at
anyone
me the
seen
whole time.
Social Security number? Not me. Nope.
It's the only way I got past the
Oh,
interview
no.
because I was scared.
He's
to
been
death.
stolen.
LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become
Yes,
a victim,
she's very
we'll
good.
work to fix it.
So,
no one can monitor
think
all
we've had
transactions,
anybody
but
that's
you can
kind
save
of
up to 25% off your first
Everybody's-
year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
As an educator, Mr. Nelson's teachings are still being quoted in schools.
Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world.
Mr. Nelson taught hope.
Thanks, Trey.
Everyone can rise above.
It seemed like they'd be good. Like
They were nice.
Yeah.
Like, you want to take a picture with the belts?
Probably don't want.
Sure. Like, I wasn't going to
Yeah,
ask.
you probably don't want to hang with them late at night, or maybe you do. they tend to get into some trouble. So
No, we don't want that.
yeah.
A little rowdy.
Yeah.
A little too old for that mess.
Yeah.
So is Cody winning the strap at Russell? I think he has to, right?
I don't know. I don't
Hey,
know. We're having arguments
Tim,
about
I
this.
think the commercials are playing.
Yeah,
over
I already took
They
care of
can't
it.
be.
No, we already took care of it. You took it out of utility. Don't. He didn't hear me do it. I told
Okay,
him.
sorry.
It's
I was
it's
trying to
okay.
be helpful.
You were having the yeah. I already did that.
Well, thank you.
Sorry.
So
Thank you, though. Appreciate it.
it wouldn't shock me if they don't swerve everybody because everyone just believes for
sometimes I
sure
don't
that it's
see
going to
it.
happen.
I
When
know.
I mention it, Rob Brown gets mad. I'm like, dude, I just, it's the ultimate swerve. I was like, they
But
made
dude,
it look.
at this point, you've ultimate swerved Roman Reigns 74 times.
Yeah.
When people thought he was going to lose. At some point, he has to lose.
Oh
Yes.
no, it has to end.
And so I think, it's
Something
why
happened last night, and
I stopped watching their
yeah.
program because
Yeah.
I got sick of it. It's like, guys, it could have been anybody. It could have been my favorite wrestler of all time. I would have been bored. I'm like, this is boring.
Well, for most people, this is the best storyline that
Now it
WWE
is.
has had forever. But it has to come to an end. And
Well, adding Sami Zayn.
well, last night apparently, I just saw clips of it. I was watching it. I didn't watch all of it. Sammy and Kevin Owens got back together. So the tag team titles are probably going to change hands the first night, and then Roman loses the belt the second night, maybe.
And then you restart the bloodline and figure out what you're going to do. Either break it up, reform it, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, Roman's already limited dates, and the rumor is he's going to go to Hollywood. So we'll see.
Which he should.
He's got a good look, and he's getting older.
Yeah.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Alonzo here, along with T2 and Cameron and Matthew and Rob Young from Borderlands Comics and Games and South Carolina Comicon. We are talking South Carolina Comicon, but before we get any further, I got to ask another question that's comic book related because, by the way, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive, you can come over there to Borderlands Comics and Games and buy stuff, a bunch of really cool stuff. My purchases have been limited lately because DC's rebooting. When are they going to finally stinking reboot?
Who knows? They have plans to do stuff with some stuff.
I'm a DC guy when it comes to comic
the
books.
stuff, the stuff that they're doing.
Yeah, and I'm feeling like less of a collector and more of a guy who buys books on occasion now, because all my stuff is not coming out.
Every time they do these things, it like takes forever for it to kind of. I don't feel like any publishing company ever quite gets the timing right, but the way comics are produced, you're dealing with a writer, penciler, a lot of times an inker, a colorist, a computer letter now, and then it's got to go to print. You're like, man, anything can throw a book off by 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month. You'd be amazed how tight the deadlines are.
Yeah, especially when you have that many cogs in one machine there.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I just want I want to be able to come in there every week, and now I don't have to. I don't want to have to get a new book to start collecting.
Yeah, there's a concept to broaden your horizons, but I don't feel like that's.
Yeah, I have limited time and limited funds. So I mean,
He says to the introvert.
Yes.
That's why it was fun.
I love it there because people just let me go around and don't go, hey, can I help you? Hey, can I help you? Hey, can I help you? That's the cool.
Don't mind that
because they know you.
Yeah, that's the cool part.
Yeah, they know you.
Yeah.
After you yelled at the first one, they figured it out.
Well, an angry large man with long hair.
It only took
that's
them
scary.
like 1 week of counseling to get over it too, which is a record.
Hey, it's good to know people.
Remember your pressure points.
Speaking of comic books and comic book writers, one of the biggest names, at least from when I was growing up, is Kevin Eastman, along with Peter Laird, who created Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And the cool part about Kevin Eastman is he's going to be live at South Carolina Comicon.
Is that not? We've had Kevin once before pre-COVID. And if anything, I think his popularity's grown during COVID. He really did a lot of really interesting promotions and ways to stay busy and interacting with his fans online. And I think he's gotten more popular.
Last Ronin happened after his last appearance, right?
Yes.
Because I've heard nothing but like when people talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they talk about Last Ronin.
Last Ronin's so good.
I really need to read it.
You do need to read it.
One of my best friends is a big fan of that, and he's talked about it nonstop. It's just like, man, I really need to get that. So
good. It's like the best way to describe Last Ronin is like Old Man Logan. You're the last, those last hero stories.
That's a good comparison.
Time. And so it's so good. If you love turtles, it's good. If you just like comics, it's good.
So that's another cool thing, or one of the coolest things for a lot of people about South Carolina Comic-Con is all the guests that are going to be there. And Kevin Eastman's going to be there. And you know what? If you have some Ninja Turtle stuff that you want to come and get it signed, you can do that. And lines are usually not that big, and if they are, they move pretty quick. And
Kevin takes his time with people, so his lines can be kind of long. But once they have the experience, everyone always is like, "Man, he was so good; it was worth waiting on."
All right, tell us about some of the other artists that are going to be at.
Well, for comics, there's all kinds of people. One person that I think some people might fly under the radar on is Mark Nelson. Mark Nelson is the first artist to draw aliens in comics. So that's great for a lot of comics.
All right. You mean like aliens like the xenomorphs or just
like xenomorphs?
Okay, all right.
But the part that gets me all aflutter, if you will, was he was also an artist at TSR for Dungeons and Dragons. I actually own a cover he did for Dragon Magazine, but he also drew Magic the Gathering cards and has even done some of those more recently. Worked on the Marvel Comics role-playing game at one point. So it's weird in that he's like this comic artist, but he's also a gaming artist. Kind of a guy that has a foot in both worlds, and that's kind of rare. So it's pretty neat. I think he's a fantastic one. New people this year, we've got Veronica Fish, whose art is amazing, and she's worked on Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, among other things. And also Agnes Garbowska, who we needed something, I felt, for some of the younger kids. And she did My Little Pony. She did Superhero Girls. Her art's incredible, and she's an absolute sweetheart.
Yeah, my granddaughter is starting to get into My Little Pony. And so that'd be kind of cool for her. And she likes Superhero Girls also. Let's talk about, unless you have some more that you want to talk about as far as.
No, that's good. I know we got a lot to cover.
Yeah, we do. And a short time to get there. Johnny Young Bosch.
Holy cow.
Yeah. I mean, this dude, Power Ranger, and then he's done voices for I mean, the list is so long. Devil May Cry, Persona 4, let's see, Bumblebee and Transformers, Yang and Street Fighter. He's in Marvel vs. Capcom, Star Wars: The Old Republic. He was Zero in Smash Brothers, Iron Fist and Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3. Dude has been in a lot of stuff.
How about Demon Slayer?
Oh yeah.
And the one for me, Akira, like maybe the most classic of all, like, the biggest, the one that I think woke it up to America, right? That the Japanese cartoons or anime became a big thing in America was Akira.
Has influenced motorcycles in any sort of media for all time.
So
which character did he play in Demon Slayer?
In Demon Slayer, it was Gyu.
Oh,
he's also the voice actor for Vash the Stampede in Trigun, which is really significant to me because that is my favorite piece of media. Probably. Well, right after Mob Psycho 100, that is my favorite piece of media is Trigun.
Oh, that's awesome.
So Johnny Young Bosch is going to be here. So if you're into anime or video games or animated movies, or you're just a Power Ranger fan, he's going to be there and you get to meet him. I don't think he's going to be dressed as a Power Ranger, but I don't know. I don't know. Is he going to be dressed as? I mean, so there's not even a chance. Maybe if someone.
I don't even think there's a chance.
But if you have
We're not running the asteroid field.
Okay, all right. But if you have a Power Rangers helmet at home, I'm sure he would sign it.
He will do that.
So there you go.
Rob, would you ever consider being Zordon?
No.
Okay. I feel like you got the voice for it.
I hate to say, I can't remember who's Zordon's sidekick.
God, that's a name I haven't heard in years.
The robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I cannot remember. I know what he does.
Text line.
You're bringing back my childhood
71307 or Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. If you know who Zordon's sidekick was.
I'm blaming it on the Pixies.
Yeah, I can't. Well, it's been a while since I'm curious.
This is Power Rangers. What was the big face's name?
Zordon.
Is that Zordon?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I remember
Zordon was a guest at the show a few years ago.
Yeah, I remember.
That's right.
I remember taking Cameron, I think it was to the drive-in in Ohio before we moved here to see the Power Rangers movie. Well, with with Ivan Ooze in it, and he loved it. All right, something that I love.
Alpha 5.
The Alpha 5. Okay, there we go. someone I used to love watching Star Trek: The Next Generation, and you can watch it now too because it's in syndication and it's everywhere. And there was this one particular scene. I don't know if she'll like you asking about it, but she is pretty famous about it. There was an officer that got with Data, so to speak, and that was Denise Crosby, Lieutenant Yar. And it was one of those episodes that people talked about and watched over and over and over again. It was really cool. And then later on, after she disappeared, she came back as her daughter, which I think she was a Romulan, which was also pretty cool. And I had forgotten that she was the mom in Pet Sematary.
Yep, I was going to say Pet Sematary is one that gets missed sometimes for her.
Because I remember watching Pet Sematary, I believe, after I saw Star Trek. I can't remember which order, but I recognized her from one or the other. And yeah, when she when Gage is attacking her, it was pretty rough. That was a pretty scary movie. So you get to see her. Also, I'm excited about this. I'm excited about AEW wrestlers. And if you know anything about us, we talk a lot of wrestling, and not only here but on our brother station. 97.1 The Fan, especially on the Rob Brown show, starring Rob Brown. Don't know why. By the way, congratulations to Rob Brown. She said yes.
Yes.
She said yes.
Congratulations, Rob Brown.
Yeah, he's in New York.
For real?
They went to New York and he proposed in New York.
Dude,
Yeah.
congrats,
awesome.
man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she said yes. But Jamie,
poor decision making. That's awesome.
yeah, well,
It's like good for him, but terrible for her.
Yeah.
We're making jokes. We're making jokes.
We rib him. We rib.
She probably can't hear out of one ear, and that helps. I mean, she's fine. She
It's a
knows.
match made in heaven.
Yeah. So Jamie Hayter, who is the current champion. Yeah, exactly. Jamie Hayter, the current champion for AEW, current women's champion, who I liked, but I didn't see enough of her. But now that she's become champion, I think you're really getting to see not only what she can do in the ring, but on the mic. And I think she's the complete package when it comes to that. And of course, she's with Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, who I've had the pleasure to interview, and she was awesome. So Jamie Hayter's going to be there. So is Ricky Starks. I don't do it as well as he does. Yes. The Revolution will be televised. Also, Hangman Adam Page, who's a cowboy or something.
He does cowboy stuff.
Yeah, he's a cowboy.
He has cowboy mannerisms.
Yeah, he's supposedly a cowboy.
What kind of cowboy? Because that's important.
All I know is my favorite wrestler is John Moxley, and he's going at it
Didn't
with
Moxley
him right
just
now.
get beat?
Yeah, he
Adam
did.
Page? Did he beat him?
He did. But
checking.
it was a fluke,
I thought that
of
happened.
some sort. It should never have happened. So we hope to have them in. Someone else that I'm really excited to see at South Carolina Comic-Con is Emily Swallow. And
How can you not be excited about the armor from Mandalorian?
This is the way.
yeah, the thing is, most people don't know who she is because we haven't seen her without her helmet, but we have, because she's been in a ton of stuff, including Supernatural. And she was Amara on Supernatural, and she was Wicked in that. And she's been in a ton
When
of
you
other
were
stuff.
basically a character named the Darkness.
Yes.
I mean,
yes, she was really good. But the armor is going to be there. Chances are people are going to say, who's that? Because she's probably not going to wear.
What I want to see is just a line of Mandalorians, just all wanting to get their armor. Like,
speaking of
signed.
which, Mandalorians are going to be there, right, Rob?
They're there every year.
501st is going to be there, and I saw the Mandalorians have a different thing. I forget what it's called. They're Mandalorians, but they're going to be there. What I like is one of those guys is a real big Mandalorian.
Yes.
And I don't know who that actually is in that thing, but he looks like the big Mandalorian from.
He looks
The
like
Mandalorian.
Paz.
Yeah, that's his name.
Pretty
That's
sure
his
it's
name.
Paz in the show.
All right, we got a ton more to talk about as far as South Carolina Comic-Con goes, and we have to take a break right now. And when we come back, we're going to continue that. Although we'll still be talking about this stuff during the break. This awesome stuff, this exciting stuff. I cannot wait. I wish it was next week. Rob is not ready for it to be next week.
Not ready for next
Yeah,
week.
yeah. But 4 weeks from now, he'll be definitely ready.
Kinda, sure.
By the way, they have a action figure out for him. It's just Jon Favreau,
Yeah, I saw it.
which is awesome.
Is he Paz?
Yes, he actually does the voice for Paz, and the action figure they have for him with the helmet
By the
off
way,
is just John
Tim
Favreau.
and Matthew, jump in and ask questions if you have questions.
Oh, yeah. He's like, you have no idea what my score is right now. It's stellar. I'm ranked nationally right now.
I don't know. Maybe they will, Trey. Trey wants to know if cosplayers will ask Emily Swallow for advice. I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe. I've heard of crazier ideas.
I did not know that Johnny Young Bosch was going to be there until now. So I, like a couple months ago, finally got my hands on volume 1 of Trigun, the original manga, which is very hard to find. The entire series is very hard to find because it published in 2004 and has been out of print since from Dark Horse. It was notorious for
because it's Dark Horse
for being Dark Horse.
They make strange decisions.
Yeah, so I am definitely gonna have to bring that to get a signature on. That's gonna be awesome.
I apologize for the face I'd made. I just bumped my knee and it hurt really bad because I'm old.
How dare you show weakness?
No, I hit the point where it's put together. There's a point.
Yes.
And I nailed the point.
I'm aware of the point. I've
Yes.
struck the point several times.
I stand next to Cameron's statement.
Okay.
Ow. Show no weakness.
Ow. That's perfect. You could not have done that on purpose better.
All right. I gotta ask you guys, Matthew and Tim, am I the only one who didn't know that was Wild Magic last week? The skeletons.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That was a Wild
See,
Magic
thank
series.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
No, I didn't say you should feel bad.
No. That makes me feel better. Because I'm like, where are these skeletons coming from?
I was going to say, Tim would not know because he's new.
Yeah, I don't know why you're asking me.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
that's a fair.
So
It's a
Chris,
walking skeleton, bro.
Chris
Yeah, it's
practiced-
pretty wild.
Chris, who I don't believe is a little girl. By the way, you can check it out on YouTube if you missed Radio D&D last week. I won't say what Rob calls it. But we were in this town and Chris cast a spell to clean this dude's armor. And then suddenly there were skeletons there. I didn't get that the magic caused the skeletons to get there.
Wild magic. It's
all
wild.
I saw was there's something to fight. I guess I really didn't care. My character didn't care what it was.
Well,
'cause we
the
just got
fact,
to fight.
that his character got a white streak in her hair when that happened, which
I saw it was a dragon coming out.
I didn't realize that she was a sorcerer, so that didn't come to my mind that it was wild magic.
So now we all know. Maybe I shouldn't have
just
said
see
anything.
skeletons and I attack them.
That's what I did.
That's what he
That's what I did.
What I
You know,
would've
it's
done.
like, hey, look, skeletons. Let's
I just
kill them.
compartmentalized. Like, all right, gotta deal with this problem. Then gonna have to have a conversation with her.
Yeah, we'll have to find out later. So this
I
means,
like the night that kept going. Prove yourself to me, Orc.
yeah,
I'm literally fighting right now.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I was knocking on the door saying,
They're missing
would you come
objectives.
out so we can tell you about our Lord?
I'm just like,
Oh, that was hilarious.
Because I'm a paladin.
That was
I became a mouse.
Yes, he became a mouse and went in and checked
You
it
did
out.
good
This is-
reconnaissance too.
this is-
Yeah.
If he kept yelling at me to prove the orc, if I was the orc, I would have just attacked the paladin.
Yeah.
How am
We
I
could've-
doing so far?
We could have just.
I'm a very good character, so I would not do
Doesn't
that.
matter. You said prove yourself.
I like the
I'm an
idea
orc.
of just
This is
telling the
how an orc
DM, yeah, I
feels.
look for any kind of
That's-
weaknesses. So he has to tell me what's there.
The opposite of my character is I'm specifically trying to go against those orc stereotypes. So
He is a vegan.
he is a vegan, yes.
Yes, so that's completely
It's a
against.
skinny orc with a strength of 6.
Yes,
No, it's strength
won't
is his
eat-
main score.
he won't eat
I've got an
anything.
18.
How's he got 18 strength? He won't eat anything.
he tries to avoid fighting, but me and him are always the first ones jumping up to do things. So it kind of goes against it a little bit, but I think he's more there to stop me from
I just hang out behind the paladin.
from swinging first because I will swing first.
Well, which is a druid is more of a druid can be anything, but if you have spells and stuff, you got to hang back a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, what choice do you have?
Yeah.
Well, except he's a moon druid, so he has like 3 times the health bar of anybody else.
Drop my shotgun.
Welcome back to the Upstate Pulse. Just a little bit more time with Rob Young because he has to jump out. But before he jumps out at the end of the hour, Tim is going to face the Nerf Wall. He owes us from Christmas, and things keep happening, so we don't get it done. But Rob has brought the big gun.
No. I'm not facing any kind of Nerf guns. I'm facing a laser beam
Yes,
that,
you are. You're facing
that Rob Young decided to bring.
Yes.
Oh, Oh, um,
Oh,
uh,
Well,
um,
um,
uh,
Oh,
um,
It's what you do.
the nuclear gun there.
You said bring a Nerf gun. It says Nerf on it.
It does say Nerf on it. It absolutely does. Yeah.
Underneath the
Yeah, no, it's right there. I
Defense
see. I see NE.
See,
right there,
I think you
It says
just
harp on it somewhere too. I don't know if
I think you just stole the logo and just slapped it on there.
And by the way, just a reminder, speaking of guns, Bill Frady starts Monday 10 to noon. So check it out. He is a gun expert, and maybe
He is a gun expert. Yeah,
maybe we should have had Bill check out that gun.
You know what's crazy? Bill Frady used to be my next door neighbor.
No way.
He's been a
What?
lot. He was also Russ Castle's next door
Small
neighbor when he was
world.
growing up.
The
Yeah.
Wild Wing way.
Yeah.
He was
No,
my
we were
next door
actually
neighbor.
he was in a couple of days ago when we were talking about the fact that he was your next door neighbor.
Yeah, real nice guy.
Yeah, and he was talking about some things that he needs to come over there and get. And I was like, well, go over there and get him.
He
I
loves
mean,
the crow, if I remember.
yes, that's what he was wondering. I was like, oh, well, I know a place you can go to see if you can find the crow. And yes, I know that rhymes. It's not my fault. I'm a poet. But and he's like,
Did
yeah,
you
I
know
know.
Just a natural born
Yeah,
artist
yeah,
over here.
I knew,
Interesting,
man. I can drop flow. It's beautiful. So he said, yeah, I know Rob Young. He used to be my neighbor. I was like, well, what's stopping you? Get over there and get some. So he said he's going to, because I told him he could ask you and you would try to find it for him. All right, we have talked about guests at South Carolina Comic-Con, April 15th and 16th at the Convention Center. You need to go. You absolutely need to go. You're going to have fun. And every year we go, people come up to me and talk to me, and I appreciate it, kind of. I appreciate being recognized, but don't expect me to entertain you because my brain freezes. But it's still really cool that you come over and good luck spotting Rob, because that dude moves through that crowd. It's
lots to do.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's very busy.
He does the Assassin's Creed blend. He just like
Yeah, we see him. We try to just kind of wave. And the cool part is,
That's what happened the last time.
yeah, every once in a while
I saw you for 1 second, and then I went to say bye, and he was just gone.
Okay. Sorry, I gotta go.
all
he
right.
snuck up on us at one point. It was
Yeah.
like, "Hey guys, how you liking it?"
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh,
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Rob over here.
So if you've never seen, let's talk about a few more guests. If you've never seen in person people dressed up as stormtroopers, you may think, that's what's a big, it's really cool, especially with the 501st, because they make their own armor.
Yeah, I gotta say, like my
Oh, yeah.
son loves that. He loves taking pictures with them.
And they are
They're
going to,
always awesome.
yeah.
They're great
Yeah,
folks.
and they're always great about, like, you just walk up and you want a picture. Yeah, sure. Let's take a picture. They're
Well,
great about that.
we got stalked, Cameron and I, at Junior, because there
we
was,
clocked the stormtrooper."
yeah, there was a
that tailing
stormtrooper
us.
following us, and he might be listening now. And I just kind of,
That's awesome.
I just ignored it because I saw him out of the corner of my eye. We'd stop, he'd stop. We move on to the next one. We'd stop, he'd stop, and finally moved on. And then we went back to the back where they were, and he come over and introduced himself and said, that he listens to the show all the time, or he said he watches the show all the time. And I thought that was really cool. But being able to talk, we've had those guys on the show before, and they're awesome. But still, the fact that they make their own. See what cosplayers do. Cosplayers will make their own costumes. These guys have molds and stuff, and so it's not like they go out and buy a costume. They make it to fit their body type.
Oh yeah.
And I still want to do it. We keep talking about it. I still want to do it.
What are you gonna make?
I want to be a Mandalorian. I can't. I mean,
You would make an awesome.
yes,
Mandalorian.
I want to be a Mandalorian. I'm not going to be a stormtrooper.
I for one could use like some old Republic like Sith armor.
Yeah, dude.
That'd be what I would go for.
Old Republic.
I will tell you that Mandalorians actually make shots, whereas stormtroopers in 4, 5, and 6 don't. The ones before, not
I
bad
don't know.
shots.
Maybe
If
I'll
I had
have
to,
to
if I had
counter-
to pick a character to
nerd
cosplay
question.
in Star Wars, it would be Darth Maul.
Maybe I'd
Like,
have
I
to
would love
counter
to be
Cameron
Darth
and go
Maul.
with an Old Republic Jedi armor, because those are also really sick.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Rob has a question.
Yeah, you said make shots. So we have beamed down to a planet, Star Trek, and you've got 4 guys in red shirts. But there's 4 stormtroopers who shoot at the 4 guys in red shirts. What happens?
The universe implodes.
No,
The
red
stormtroopers miss. They all die of heart. All the red shirts die of heart attacks.
No. This is a great question, and this is what I believe. By the way, text line 71307. You can tell us what you think happens, or on the stream, you can tell us what I think happens. The red shirts die.
But they don't get hit.
No,
All the shots
by
miss, they drop
stormtroopers?
dead, but we don't know why.
They're being shot by stormtroopers.
Yeah, I think the stormtroopers actually make the shot.
See, I don't.
because red.
Because it's the guys in red shirts.
Because the
that
red
make the shot.
Yeah, the
They
red.
don't have plot armor.
I don't even think they could hit that.
No, I think they can because I think the red shirts are destined to die.
I think they shoot straight up in the sky, and the red shirts still drop.
Yeah, it's like reflects off a ship that just happens to be flying over, and then they're all just
reflected off a pocket from Venus.
I think what this shows is how incompetent a lot of people in the Star Wars universe is. Like, because a lot of the stormtroopers were just drafted in from all these different planets in the Outer Rim.
Oh yeah,
they are.
They didn't have the clone training.
Mm-mm.
Well, speaking of clone training, you guys need to watch Mandalorian. We'll try to get to that again. Where episode 3 just dropped, and speaking of dropping, episode 2, Din Djarin dropped.
Yes,
like to the bottom of the lake, which was kind of funny. Let you know how heavy Beskar is. Let's see. Also going to be at South Carolina Comic-Con is Dan Severin. And I got to interview him just a couple of days ago. It was Wednesday, actually, on the Fan Upstate. If you want to check out that interview, go to my Facebook page and look up Wednesday, and you can see it there. Or go to the Fan Upstate's Facebook page, or Rob Brown's Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all that stuff. What a great interview he was. So if you get a chance to go up and get an autograph and just talk to Dan, it's a good time. It really is. Dan is, Trey mentioned earlier what a great interview he was. We connected over wrestling, and I usually get lucky and ask a question and connect with some of these older guys because I'm an older guy. That's how that works. But there is a fraternity, as Dan pointed out in the interview, between people who were amateur wrestlers. You can just sit there and talk about it all the time. And he was describing it to Rob Brown as pain. That's what wrestling is. It's pain. It's
brotherhood through pain.
It's orchestrated pain. You get out there, you shake your hand. I guess they still shake hands. They before. I'm not sure about after anymore. But you shake hands, you go there, and you try to hurt the other guy. Not in a way that you permanently damage them, but you want them to
sometimes you can't help it.
Basically,
I mean, you want to pin them.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's the process, right?
Yeah,
If you're in a chicken wing, it's hard to get chicken winged and it not be a tad bit uncomfortable.
Exactly.
Where's the chicken wings?
Yeah. Sorry, forgot to bring those.
Spicy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, something at a couple other things at South Carolina Comic-Con to mention: droids. If you've never seen a droid up close, there'll be an R2-D2 unit or a BB-8 just going through the crowd.
I've seen
the last time
before too.
The last time I was there, my son Skylar and my daughter Emery Rose, they got their pictures taken with R4, which is really cool. And I still have that picture.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What the R4 is R4 the one in Mandalorian now?
Yes.
I believe it is. Yeah.
Is he in Mandalorian?
Yes.
He was also in A New Hope.
Yeah.
It's the same one.
Yeah,
R4?
it's the same one.
He's
Yeah.
also the Obi-Wan's at one point, isn't he?
I'm pretty sure that one dies.
Well, that one dies, but it was an R4 unit.
It was an R4 unit.
Yeah.
I think,
Okay.
I think
All right.
you're
It's not the same one. Okay.
Unless maybe they fixed the chassis or something.
I'm pretty
and,
sure the
he was
Buzz droids
salvageable.
got that R4.
Yeah, this one is the same one, and he's currently on Mandalorian, and he's a coward. So I mean,
Yeah, he's not liking it.
Yeah, he's not happy wherever he is.
He's not a boss like R2-D2.
Yeah. It was a
Yeah,
good.
nobody can top R2-D2, man. Nobody.
He's a hardened war veteran. How in the world could you possibly beat R2-D2?
I mean, he's got jets on his legs, man.
He's like a seal. Right? He's like a
He
Navy
is.
seal.
I mean, his kill count is probably up there with any of the other characters.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, he's wiped out all sorts of droids, all sorts of everything.
He's taking down ships.
All right, we need to take another break. Before we do, though, really quick, vehicles. There are going to be vehicles there.
We will have the Ghostbusters there with 2 different Ghostbuster vehicles.
Which is really cool. Really cool. If you've ever seen the Ecto and you want to get a picture taken with the Ecto, you can do that. So we're going to take a break. During this break, Tim is facing the Nerf Wall. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD.
Oh, that's because
Ain't nothing wrong with being tall. Oh, yeah, that's really tall.
I think he might beat Chewbacca.
All right.
Here, have this one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I need a
Oh, it's revving up. It's revving up.
All right. I give you a moving target.
I wish I had like a strap or something.
Hold on, so hitting that ear.
Let's just say you can come over and you can be. Rob needs some. No, wait. We got to time it. Wait. We got to time it.
No, I'm just getting.
You're not giving him the shield.
I just got the phone.
You didn't ask for it. No, look at when the next spot hits, which is a 30.
All right, let me turn it up so you
Robbie can use my shoulder.
I can see it.
Mount.
All right.
Oh, I won't need it. I got it. It's hanging.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do it. Sorry, Tim. Sorry, man. I got you back for a forehead shot.
Sorry, Dad.
We still got 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Jam.
Pass me the gun. Doesn't hurt.
Come on, Jam.
My jam too.
He only had a couple.
All right.
That's it.
We're done. We're done.
There you go. So could you tell the difference? Hell hurt.
Dude, that thing does hurt.
Hey, this one jammed, so you got off easy.
All right, I gotta tell you, we got to.
I got a fat
we have
lip
to
now.
reload for the next hour because someone else faces it next hour, or it's Tim again.
Yeah, it's probably me again. I
All right,
always
guys,
face.
let's move because we gotta get back into position.
Anybody use a shotgun?
No,
I did.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Because I ran out of ammo, so I used it once.
Oh man, that's the one that got jammed.
Look what it did.
Oh my god!
What it just chewed it up.
Jammed, and look what it did to it.
No,
keep
Viper.
going. That's
By the
the
way,
one
this
that
is what happens. We pick
Thank you.
wrestling pay-per-views,
Oh, darts
and
of
the
luck.
loser has to face the wall. We owed Tim since Christmas. Somebody else is
Here,
facing the
you
wall
can
at the
have
end
the
of the
darts
next
of
hour,
luck.
though. We don't know who it's going to be yet. There's a three-way tie for last, so it's either going to be Tim again, or it's going to be
It's
Matthew,
definitely
or it's
going to be me
Cameron.
again. It's always me. I always have to face the Nerf Wall.
Here's how we decide the next one.
Oh man, that's not fair.
Why?
I always, because man, that thing doesn't like me. That's why.
It's an inanimate object. It doesn't like or hate anybody.
Yes, it does.
Rob, do we use the same bullets?
It's possessed.
These are the red
With
ones.
the orange tip.
Yeah, the orange ones. Yeah.
It's possessed by a spirit that does not like me.
So these orange tip ones are his.
No, some of those are mine, Cameron. The blue
They're
ones?
literally fighting over
Yeah, that's what
Nerf
mine-
darts.
mine jammed. It hit a few times.
It's mine. No, it's not. It's mine.
Yeah, mine jammed.
No, we're just trying to get the thing, everything loaded again before.
Or are these are yours though,
Yeah,
right?
those are mine.
These are also mine.
I pulling here. I didn't know which is what.
I think you're misconstruing what's happening.
I will get some stuff during because someone needs to talk to the stream. I will get
I was talking to
I
the
will
stream.
get my stuff during the top of the hour news.
I
Yeah.
can't bend too much, or else something will explode.
Whoever.
Yeah, you know what? All right, stop.
Load it up. They say it'll hold, but it jams long before.
Oh
we've
man.
we've been shooting people in the Nerf Wall for 7 years now, so
Time-honored tradition.
it is.
I didn't do a shout out to King Placid.
You can do that.
Shout out King Placid.
There you go.
How's he doing?
We saw him. What did we get when we went to see Dragon Ball?
Yep.
The movie. You went and seen it
I
with
met
us.
him.
Yeah.
We saw him at
Yeah,
WWE
we saw him at SmackDown also. He was like way across the way and we were texting back and
Well,
forth.
Dragon Ball Super Heroes now on Stars.
Is it on Stars?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
This is here for whoever uses it for the next round.
Oh. Okay.
A drinker.
You want me to bring him back to the store?
Whatever.
Okay.
It's probably one of the best monologues of all time. No.
Took you long enough. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo, Tim, and Cameron, and Matthew, and Rob, and final segment of this hour. If you missed the Nerf Wall. Go back and watch it. And maybe you would like to see someone else face the Nerf Wall. Well, guess what? Someone maybe, or it may be Tim again at the end of the next hour. So, and it's going to be decided because there was a 3-way tie. They're going to pop a Matic. They don't like the pop a Matic, but that makes it even better. They're going to pop a Matic. We've only got about 4 minutes left. Anything that we missed? Anything you would like to say?
Real quick. So there's a couple people I want to mention. Roger Clark, ticket sales have been huge for him. Obviously, the voice of Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2 was here years ago. Folks loved him. He's back. He's obviously been super popular. Billy West from Futurama, Yaya Han, one of the most popular cosplayers in the world, like 1.5 million followers or something.
Wow.
Like that.
Jeez.
Heroes of Cosplay, King of the Nerds, has her own fabric and pattern line at Joanne Fabrics. And then the guest, there's a guest every year. It's when you do something like this, it's kind of like your personal thing that you were super excited about. And you mentioned Dan Severn. He's on that list, but Don the Predator Fry, for me, watching the UFC all those years, definitely old school. And it's like Tom Selleck if he were a killer. Like he's just a monster, and he's super entertaining, and he'll call you names, but you just have, if you go to see Don Fry, you kind of want that. You want him to.
He heckles a bit.
Yeah. He
is it heckling if he can follow up on it?
No. This guy
He heckled me. I heckled back. He laughed and then heckled me again. He thought it was funny. Like,
Yeah.
It's not, he's having fun ribbing you.
He's older, but you got to know he could still handle himself. Same with Dan Severn, even though they're smaller and they're older. It's like, you
Dan
don't.
Severn has over 100 wins.
Yeah.
In MMA. He fought until he was 50.
And back in that day, he had to fight 3 times in one night
Don
to
Fry
win.
did win a tournament, and I think he had to beat Tank Abbott in the final.
Warriors don't stop being warriors, right?
Right. Just who they are.
Yeah.
Well said.
But good guys.
Oh,
Really
of
good
course.
guys.
Of course.
So South Carolina Comicon, 15th and 16th of April. It will be here before you know it. Please get some tickets, come out, hang out, have fun. It's a you can buy tickets for 1 day or you can buy tickets for 2 days. And it's good getting 2 days because there's so much to do. And there's something happening on the second day that you want to be a part of, right?
Right. So on the second day, we're going to make a social media announcement. We're going to announce our first guest for next year's show. Next year's show will be our 10th show. And we're super excited about it. And we wanted to do something truly epic and spectacular. And stay tuned. We'll make that announcement then.
And also, if you were thinking of cosplaying this year, do it because the contest is back.
Contest is back, and so are Miracle and Chris Burns. And Yaya Han even has a special pick. So we have all the regular contest winners, and then Yaya will pick her own Yaya's pick winner. So there'll be a bunch of ways to win in the costume contest.
That's so cool. Rob says he'll be back before the con, so we'll get to talk about it more. And if if he's too busy, he's too busy because I'm
gonna be back.
It's a great undertaking.
Don't worry, I'm threatening you.
Okay. All right. Stay tuned. The bracket continues next hour, and someone else faces the Nerf Wall. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD. I'm only going to get to say that like one more week. We continue through the top of the hour news, and then we will be right back. By the way, this is a stream exclusive. We do a song like every 3 to 4 months. We are going to be doing a song the first week on 98.9 and to say goodbye to 106.3. And I don't know, should I tell them what the song is?
Do it.
It's you want to tell them what the song
It's by Gautier.
Yeah.
Now you're just somebody that I used to know.
Yeah. Somebody I used to know.
Somebody!
We're going to be doing that song in 2 weeks so that you have something to look forward to. Talking about 106.3 and how it's going away. And
how does it feel though to be going to
100,000 watts?
How many watts?
100,000 watts.
Okay. All right. 100,000 watts.
Gotta put some more jowls in there. I know you don't have those.
All right.
but-
Viper says, I'm newish to the area. Have you ever had Michael Dante DiMartino or Brian Konecko at Comic-Con?
We have not.
Doesn't mean it won't happen in the future.
Doesn't
though.
mean it won't happen.
Yeah.
Every year we're adding new people.
And not only is there South Carolina Comic-Con, but there's Comic-Con Junior, which
Comic-Con
happens.
Junior, and later this year we'll make an announcement about a third convention that we'll be doing. Here's an online streaming exclusive for you that will not even be in the state of South Carolina.
Ooh. Road trip.
Oh, and this is a place you want a road trip to.
That
we'll be doing this event at. So that'll be in 2024.
Cool.
Looking forward to it. By the way, this is going to be the helmet for my cosplay. Have that.
That's awesome.
Sith robe over it, as well as like some gi and stuff. I already got my lightsaber.
What?
So I'm going full Sith this time.
If I could
Have
do
you
it,
actually already been talking to them about getting a thing together?
They never talked to me. I reached out to File the First. Of course, I'm sure that they get a whole bunch of those.
yeah, I can always tell you who to contact. If I could cosplay, I would be the angel from Diablo.
Ooh. How would you deal with wings, though?
He doesn't always have them up.
True.
So you can do it without
That
the wings.
armor would be awesome to like walk around in.
That's the one I would do.
Yeah, solid choice.
So when he goes, if you want to come in here, you can either jump on that one or you can bring yours.
Yeah, I'll bring it in.
Right. I will tap. You guys rock. Thank you so much.
It's good to see you.
Here to use for the next one. Feel better?
That's right, too.
Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm on vacation next week. So I'm going to take it home with me and I'll bring it to the store. If you're not there, I'll just give it to somebody. Yeah. I'll give it to the assistant manager.
He's the best.
Go, excuse me, are you the assistant manager?
He'll be like,
I need to talk to the manager.
Talk about great people.
Hey, he's awesome.
You doing, okay?
I'm going to go take a break.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's my time to do that. See you, Rob.
See you, buddy.
Yeah.
There we go.
You didn't have to come, but he wanted to.
Good seeing you, Matt.
Good seeing you too.
Many right here in the LA and Inland Empire areas. They got waiting for any word after Lopez was kidnapped while gardening in the home she keeps in the small Mexican town of Pueblo Nuevo, where witnesses told authorities.
Following through the drive-through where she was in front of the house where she's watering her plants, and two individuals came out with hoods.
The family here got a call from kidnappers demanding ransom. That was over a month ago, and they've never heard back. The FBI saying they have no reason to believe this woman has any ties to any kind of criminal activity.
This comes after 4 Americans were kidnapped after crossing into Mexico earlier this month. 2 of those victims were killed. Many are still calling for the impeachment of Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas over the crisis at the southern border. Fox's Kirk Jenkins in Mission, Texas, with more.
Chief of the Border Patrol Raul Ortiz tweeted this out. Citizens of Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela illegally crossing our border will be expelled to Mexico. Once expelled, eligibility for CBP-1 will be lost. This CBP-1 act is Secretary Mayorkas' effort to try and get those numbers down, and it's getting a lot of criticism, so much so that a Democrat congressman
You shut it down.
California said this about whether Mayorkas should be impeached.
Time is it? Sorry that no one's talking to the stream.
8:04.
Tim was in here. He could have been talking. Why are you not talking to the stream, man?
I honestly forgot the stream was up.
Be entertaining, you know?
I'm sorry.
Talk to the stream.
I'm sorry. Good Lord. I got to see what's going on.
Just for that, I hope you're like next. I mean, that wasn't that much of a hesitation, so I'm going to let that go. I don't know, man.
see.
I don't know, Viper. Whenever they do live action for cartoons, it usually doesn't work out too well. I'm curious about how bad.
I'm gonna have to agree with that one.
How bad is the One Piece live action going to be?
Oh god, I don't want to think about it.
By the way, I just got past Sanji's wedding, and they're trying to get off the island, and they're facing a lot of people.
Yep.
And Jinbei has joined the crew.
Yes, isn't his moment so good?
He pulls out the sake cup and says, "I'm out of here." Sake bowl, whatever.
One of the best lines in the whole series, honestly.
I'm gaining on catching up.
Oh yeah,
I'm in the 800s now, so. I'll finish reloading in a minute.
Right. I had to redo to get the different webcam working, so you're gonna have to add me back in, but I'm in there now.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here, along with T2, Matthew, and Cameron. Rob Young has left the. All right, dude. I mean, that's not,
that was supposed to be there. I don't know what you're talking about.
Really? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That was just
It was just a little
rim
drum
shot.
fill.
Little rim shot at the end.
Yeah, it was just a
You know
drum
what?
fill.
You know what? You're still a little shaky from being facing the wall. I'm gonna let it go. You know why? Because I'm getting ready to go on vacation. I'm gonna be nice about it. And
You're feeling benevolent.
yes, I am.
That's all it was.
I am being awesome right now. All right. Speaking of awesome, you got to go to South Carolina Comic-Con. You absolutely do. We've never had a bad time there. We've always had so much fun, and it's so cool. And the fact it is one of the biggest on the East Coast, definitely the biggest in South Carolina, and it's so cool to check it out. So if you haven't been, please go. We'll be continuing to talk about it as we go on and get closer to the con. I'm gonna make some adjustments here on the stream, and you know what I think it's time for?
What's it time for?
It's almost time for ranch ice cream. By the way,
oh god,
oh my god! Every time you say that, it just
what
turns my stomach.
Probably the next break. If
I had Mexican for lunch.
Let's go.
Oh
yeah, we're all about to see it. Probably the next break. Matthew's going to run down the stairs for us and get the ice cream, and then I brought a scooper and I got some forks and stuff. I got my scooper. And
got my scooper.
We're going to use the scooper and the ranch ice cream. We all going to eat some ranch.
Oh boy,
you guys like ranch, don't you?
No.
Ranch.
Now, if I were to, if I had brought some chicken wings, would you dip it in the ranch ice cream? It's ranch.
Yeah,
it's still ranch.
You know what?
I am that kind of.
We should try that.
Yes. let's see how bad the ice cream is first.
All right.
Then we can add stuff onto it.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. I'll make the wings. I can make wings.
I got to say that that I am not looking forward to this taste test, and that's why you do it.
See, this is the benefits of being a sadomasochist, because you can inflict pain and gain pain all at the same time, and you're fine with it.
And I want to point out, just like with the Nerf Wall, everyone has the option to say no. And everyone has the option, just like Rob Young said, I ain't eating that, and he left.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
He has,
I definitely don't blame him.
he has patron privileges.
Yes, he does.
He does.
The exalted Rob is not forced to do
The
these
one
things.
good thing about this taste test, though, is there's a trash can right behind me.
There is.
There's not one behind me.
And we might be Viper.
Hopefully it's not a group thing.
It's
that
to the
happens.
left of me.
Viper Dave says, what topping does one put ranch ice cream on? And then he added chicken flavored sprinkles.
Chicken flavored sprinkles.
No.
Does anybody else use ranch with fries and stuff like that?
I use ranch with fries,
like
with
potato
anything
bits.
that's really fried, honestly.
Especially like Zaxby's fries dipped in the ranch sauce.
Oh my gosh, y'all.
That's really good.
I had shrimp today that was fried in pancake batter.
Okay.
How
that's
was that?
interesting.
It was dope.
Sounds like
Where was this?
It was at what was the name
it
of that
wasn't
place?
literally dope. That meant it tasted very well.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm speaking Tim over here.
Yeah.
Well, he was fine. Everybody understands dope as lingo.
Yeah, dude.
Bro.
Come on, man.
Bro, I was just, in case there's
Get on his level.
No, here. Occasionally,
Get on my level.
Occasionally, the people who are really big fans of the political talk that we have here all during the week will get in the car and have it on 106.3 and go, "What'd he say?"
Yeah.
Why are you talking about that shrimp dope?
Yeah. So
is that a new thing that those kids are hitting?
So I'm just, so I'm just trying to help those people out,
Yeah.
Trying to help out my generation.
Dope means awesome.
Yes, it does. It used to, but Tim is like out of touch with what's cool on the streets now too. Don't roll your eyes.
Yeah,
you're getting old, man.
No, I'm not.
You're an old
I'm
family
not
man.
out of touch of what the lingo is on the streets.
You have multiple children.
No, when you hit
You're
your
like,
30s,
I mean,
you're not out of it. I am 26 and I'm pretty much out of it. So you're absolutely out of it. I'm sorry.
I hate to ask this question,
Okay.
Matthew. Were you ever in it though?
Yeah, that's why I was.
Did you
I was
ever
about
know
to
the
ask.
lingo? Because I mean, I wasn't really. So I'm just. I mean, you hear it said
Was
around
there,
you.
was there
you know.
ever a Screet Matthew?
A what?
Screet.
I don't know that one.
Never mind. Maybe I was too much in the streets.
on the streets.
No, I've never heard that one before.
What? You never heard someone like replace street with screet? It's been a thing. Trust
No,
me.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Viper says, "I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the vernacular of today's youth. Neither am I." Because
You know what? It's real simple how to stay up to date with it. It's real simple. Just play a round of Call of Duty online.
Okay.
There you go.
But you're going to hear some
I think
language.
you're
it's
gonna hear
not-
I don't think you're going to hear necessarily the modern vernacular.
Well,
I think
not
you're gonna hear
everybody.
not every.
Okay, let's get something straight here. Not everybody is toxic on Call of Duty, and when they are, you just mute them.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
Really quick, I got to say something special. I got to say happy anniversary to Angie. Her and Steven have been married for 17 years. That's awesome, dude.
Dude, congratulations.
Really awesome.
Way to go.
That's awesome.
I have been married 30 years, and so I know how that goes, and it gets better every single year. So
I have been married 9 years.
there you go. So
I'm single and alone.
Yo, same. Let's go. Yeah,
All
living
right.
it.
I couldn't
living the
hardly see your
bachelor
hand
life.
there.
That's what it's about.
All right. So if you've been listening to the show for the last month, you know we are smack dab in the middle of our video game bracket, and we're going to finish up round number 1 today. We've got let's see, 1, 2, 3. We've got 8 matchups. So we've got 8 matchups, and we've got 48 minutes to get it done. So before we start this segment, if you're just tuning in for the first time, we are doing a bracket, and here's what happens. Let's say our first matchup is going to be Mass Effect versus Ultima. Let's say that Cameron and I go Mass Effect and Tim and Matthew go Ultima, then that would be a tie. And in case of a tie, we would give you a countdown of 3, 2, 1. And then the first person who texted either Ultima or Mass Effect at our text line 71307, that would be the one that goes through. And there are upsets and people get mad, and it just happens. That's how it happens every year. Let's give a shout out to Trey, whose anniversary is tomorrow, 7th anniversary.
Did everyone get married?
Hey,
in
happy
March?
anniversary, Trey.
Hey, it's like a spring wedding. Those are those are
spring
pretty
is a
cool.
popular time for weddings.
Yeah.
It really
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim used to be a DJ. He knows.
Oh yeah, this spring and fall.
All right. So let's see. Chris already jumped in and said Ultima. Well, we'll see what happens around here. Because you know what? We're going to start right now. Mass Effect versus Ultima. I'm going to go first and say, I don't think I played Ultima before. I think I had it on my computer.
What is Ultima?
And but
Why
I,
is Ultima?
I don't. Well, when
It's
is
materia
Ultima?
on Final Fantasy VII.
Well, but I can talk about Mass Effect. Mass Effect 1 was so much fun. Then 2 happened, and you couldn't hang with Liara Tassoni in part 2. That bothered me because Liara was awesome until you find her later on, until they dropped one of the best DLCs of any game ever, in my opinion, on any video game for Mass Effect.
Yeah, Shadow Broker was
really
good.
Excellent.
But hey, you might not have gotten to hang out with Liara, but Tally was still there.
Tally was still there. Tally's a
Garrus
good
was
choice.
still there. I know that's a different kind of relationship, but you know,
Yeah, Garrus was there also. And so,
your bro.
so it is a trilogy, or was a trilogy. And the third game was so controversial, the ending, that the company went back, EA, I believe it is, went back and made 3 separate endings. The first ending, there was an outcry amongst the gaming community. People were upset and angry about how the ending went, and then they gave you 3 more, and none of those were really great either. But
They were
still.
like slightly better than what they gave you at first.
Yes, and another cool DLC is on part 3. Just about every character that you've interacted with on all 3 games, if they're still alive, will show up for a party. And you can go talk to all of them, and they're all in one room, and it's really cool. And then, the main character, dies or becomes a robot, or it spins on whatever
One
ending.
of several different possibilities.
And I'm going to go ahead and vote and say, of course, I'm going to pick Mass Effect because of all the talking that I'm doing about it. And I just said I have no idea what Ultima is, but I know a lot of people have played Ultima, and so I am going with Mass Effect. Matthew.
I am aware of Ultima and I know a little bit about it, but I'm not terribly familiar. I've played the Mass Effect games and I enjoyed them for the most part. There's a couple things about them that definitely pull away for me, but overall, I definitely had a fun time with them. So I'll go for Mass Effect side.
All right, Tim.
I'm gonna go because I haven't played either of them. I'm gonna go Ultima just because of what I said earlier. It's materia on Final Fantasy VII.
There you go. Hey, whatever.
And it's great materia.
Whatever reason you vote, that's Chris is talking about how it's an OG multiplayer game, and he's shaking his head. He's really upset that it looks like this game might lose.
Oh wait, that's right. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I forgot that that's the case.
Would you like to change your
That's
vote?
where I've heard Ultima. Yeah, Ultima is the OG for MMO stuff, so I got to go with Ultima. That's right.
All right.
I said on Google that it was an MMO.
So normally I wouldn't allow a vote change, but Matthew's new to this, so I'm gonna let him change his vote. So we have 1 for Mass Effect, we have 2 for Ultima. Cameron.
Shepard.
So Cameron is going for Mass Effect. So we have a tie. We got a tie. And in case of a tie, don't text now. Because it's not going to do you any good till you hear the countdown. So we will give a countdown, and then the first person to text either Mass Effect or Ultima, that will be what goes through. Text line is 71307. Don't text yet. Don't text until Matthew gives you the countdown.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. The first text to text to either Mass Effect or Ultima, that game will go through. Text line 71307. I'm guessing Tim?
Mass Effect.
Okay. Mass Effect goes through. Gotta say, I was a little worried there.
I'm Cameron Reitzel, and this is my favorite show on the Citadel.
You can, by the way, and it's on Game Pass. And it's
Ultima or Mass Effect?
Mass Effect, and it's been remastered, and it looks really good.
I mean, is it like
they fixed some game mechanics?
Is it a first-person shooter? Or?
It is a shooter, and you can also use swords. It's third person, but it is a shooter. And
I don't mind third person if it's like
give it a shot.
RPG based.
The multiplayer.
It is RPG based.
It is? Okay.
Yeah. And the multiplayer for 2, I think it was really cool. It really
3.
was. Was it 3? Okay.
All right. I'll definitely check it out then.
All right. Our next matchup is Spider-Man versus Divinity. And I'm gonna point this out again. These are franchises. So if you were into any of the Spider-Man games, even back as far as Ultimate Carnage, which I've talked about many times before, maybe not in front of these guys, that was on Sega Genesis. It took hours to get through the game. You could not save it to the point where you would leave it if you had to go to work or something, come back and hope it was still on. Made it all the way through the game. And then Carnage rises after you beat him. He rises up out of the credits, and I wasn't ready, and he killed me.
By the way,
I had to do it all over
if
again.
I remember right, you were in the other room. I was watching the credits because I was a little boy. I just started yelling, Dad, he's coming out of the credits.
Yeah, and then I died. So
you didn't get to the controller in time.
I did not. So if it's that, or if it's Spider-Man that came out on PlayStation, which is an amazing game, or if it's Divinity, 1, 2, 3, whatever. Cameron.
Is Divinity like a turn-based
Well,
RPG?
you know what? Cameron's going to tell you about Divinity.
Okay.
All right. So there are 2 classifications for the Divinity series. There is the early products, which were ARPG based. They were like Diablo clone, essentially.
Okay.
Those were okay. Those were kind of cult classics, that sort of thing.
They were so bad that people liked them.
Yes. They were so bad that people liked them.
Valerian, I think, is the name of the company.
Valerian, yeah.
Yeah,
and then
they got better.
And then they hit their stride with Divinity Original Sin, which is a turn-based game.
Well, it's turn-based. It's a tactical RPG like XCOM.
Yeah,
like Final Fantasy Tactics or something.
Yeah.
Like you move into position, and when the fight starts,
But
that's when
without
it
a
becomes
grid.
a grid.
What? Oh, I want to play this game.
You want to look it up, man. It's pretty good.
I want to play this game.
I actually think. No, it's not the one. I got Divinity 2 in there. Which or
Divinity Original Sin 2 is better than the original.
Oh yes,
I would absolutely say
landslide.
they're both good, but 2 is really
2
good.
is amazing.
All
2
right.
is probably one of my favorite games of all time.
All right, so you know about Spider-Man now. He's
Yeah.
just explained Divinity. Cameron, who you got?
Here's the thing. I love both. I played Amazing Spider-Man on my PC, which looks gorgeous on PC.
Oh, I bet it does.
Honestly, you know what I'm going to do?
Looks good on PS4 too, by the way.
Yeah,
You got the trouble board, right?
but only if you have
I'll do this.
good refresh rate.
I got a decent rig.
All right, so while you're deciding, Matthew, who you got?
I am a big fan of both game franchises. There's been some really great Spider-Man games. I specifically remember the Spider-Man 2 movie game on GameCube that just lets you swing around and was the OG for me as far as Spider-Man games. Love that thing. But, man, I have to give it over to Divinity. Divinity Original Sin 2 is probably the best tactical RPG game that I've ever played, and I love it.
All right,
I love
Tim.
the series.
I haven't. I mean, I played the Spider-Man some of them. Never really got through any of them. But my heart it goes out to tactical RPGs because one of the first games I ever played was Final Fantasy Tactics, and it is a tactical RPG. And I haven't been able to find another game like it, so I'm hoping that Divinity is. So I'm going to go with Divinity just because of it's the way the game looks on pictures and what they said.
All right, so I'm going to go next, and I am going to go with Spider-Man because of the Sega game and because of the PS4 game, which I really had a lot of fun with. Struggled with the final boss, but I finally got through it. And yeah, so I'm going with Spider-Man.
I also am going with Spider-Man.
Oh no,
we got a tie.
Oh no, we have our second tie already.
A second tie.
And you know what? I gotta say, I skipped over these because I thought there would be no ties. If you remember, like a couple of weeks ago, why I decided to skip around is because I didn't think there'd be any ties here. And here we have our first two matchups, and we have ties. So it is a tie between Spider-Man and Divinity. When the countdown is given, text line 71307, your pick. The first one who picks it will go through. I am going to give the countdown 3, 2, 1, Spider-Man or Divinity. The first one to text through, that is the matchup that goes through. Tim has got a strong eye on the text line. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Okay, Spider-Man is going through. Is anyone really surprised or disappointed?
I'm kind of disappointed, but I'm not surprised.
I'm disappointed, but not surprised when it goes to the vote on that because Divinity is definitely a niche game compared to Spider-Man as a franchise in general. So.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
All right, we're going to take a break. As we go to break, Matthew's going to go downstairs and get the ice cream.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
And we're going to do this. We're going to do this ranch ice cream when Matthew gets back up here. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD. Man, I feel sick already.
Why are you making us do this?
You can say no. You can say, you know what?
I can't say no.
You can all say no, and I'll be the only one who tries.
We can. Okay, so we can say no, but none of us is gonna say no.
Here's the thing. It's a paradox. It's a trap. It's the masculinity.
It's what
trap.
happens when
If
an
we don't do
unstoppable
it, then we're
force
wimpy.
hits an immovable object.
Well, you know what?
No, that's just me and him on a constant basis.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys ever think that maybe possibly it might taste good?
No.
There's a percentage of me,
Dude.
like maybe 5% of me thinks that maybe it could be good.
Dude,
that is 2% for what I
I just understand the fact that ice cream, the term ice cream and the term ranch do not need to be in the same sentence, much less
because
the same
clash.
box.
They clash as far as taste goes.
It's
I don't know.
salty,
I feel
sweet,
like they're just
and-
like
and
companies making-
ranch.
We will each get the equivalent of a spoonful. Okay.
Well, let's look at the ingredients. Okay, so ranch, was it buttermilk? Was it sour cream?
No, we're not done with the brackets, Mark. We're not. We got
dill
more.
pickle. Like what else is in there? With with ice
With
cream.
any luck, we get this done before we go back on the air. It just depends on how fast Matthew is at getting downstairs.
I'm sorry. I mean, I will be thoroughly surprised if it tastes good.
Brackets are not done. So we are going to continue. I will tell you our next matchup is Guitar Hero versus Rock Band.
You didn't put Rocksmith in there? Not everybody plays guitar.
That's niche.
Very niche.
Rocksmith was fun though when I had it.
You think you just couldn't find it? Oh, he found it. Yeah. Cool. I have utensils.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're good.
I was expecting oh no, it fell down the stairs.
Oh my god.
It's gone.
Does
Somebody
it
stole
have like
the
dill
ranch
pickle
ice
seasoning
cream.
in there? The little green flakes? Is
Some
it in
meth
there?
head broke into
Look what it says on that. Here's what it says on the name.
Very nice.
You see the green flakes in there? Is it in there?
Is what in there?
Like the
Even
little
they know it's
green
a joke.
flakes that are in ranch?
Oh God, this is gonna be bad.
Oh, no.
It's gonna be so bad.
No, I don't want to smell it. I might puke if I smell it.
You got spoons, right?
Yeah.
He is now
All right, give that to Matthew.
Mr. Kazi.
Here you go, Cameron.
You scooped that a lot. Why?
You can take like one bite. I mean, you don't have to eat it all. Here, Tim.
No.
Will you take it? I gotta scoop my own
Is
now.
that the smell of that?
Yes, it is.
Like I can barely smell right
Oh
now.
my
I
God.
can
It's
smell.
strong. It's very strong. It really is.
No.
Why do you do this to us?
Have you smelled it?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I'm smelling it the whole time.
Here's the thing. I'm completely stuffed up and I can still smell it. It's like smelling salts.
I actually don't smell anything right now.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That's concerning. Well, you don't have it close to you. So.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you don't need it that close.
We need to take that to Mount Doom.
All right.
Did anybody ever try the hot sauce Mountain Dew?
Here, grab yourself.
That sounds better than this, though.
It was terrible.
Good.
I don't want to do this.
Neither do I.
I don't want to do it.
I should have stayed home with a steak over my eye.
How much time do we have?
I don't want to do it. I want to go home.
How much time do we have?
13 seconds.
Okay. Let's do this, huh?
No.
Are we going now or are we waiting on
No, we're coming back, so we might as well do it on.
over the ridge, boys? Nobody lives forever.
Look at the look on his face.
I don't want to do it.
Don't you puke on the board, man.
Oh, I got a trash can over here.
Oh. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. By the way, everyone wondering if the bracket is done. No, we're not done. We're going to continue. But right now, one of the worst smells you've ever smelled in your life. This is how strong we are going to taste test ranch ice cream. Okay, a couple months ago, cheeseburger or macaroni and cheese ice cream came out. And I couldn't find it. I got to tell you, that sounds more appetizing than this macaroni and cheese. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
This smell is so strong. Feeling pretty nauseous about it. So if you want to check us out, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter, I'm not going to make you guys do this if you don't want to. I'm going to go first. Okay. I'm going to go first. I'm going to take a bite of a ranch ice cream.
That's a lot in that scoop.
Right now. It's a.
I mean, what size bite do we need?
So how bad is it?
He took a second bite. Can't be too
I'm
bad.
going to try it next.
Cameron, how bad is it? How bad is this?
The first, you got to take a second bite because you can't tell. The second bite is what gets you.
He's going for a nerd. All right, I'll go for it.
All right. All right. All right, Matthew. For
It was
those
worth
of
it just for that.
For those of you on radio, Matthew immediately went for the trash can.
Oh no! Is this big enough?
Uh,
Is that big enough?
Sure.
Tastes like French dip.
It does. No, it does. It tastes like French dip. It absolutely.
it-
no,
Alright.
like potato
Alright,
chip dip.
I'm ripping the Band-Aid off. Here we go.
Do it.
It tastes bad, but I've tasted worse.
I
Same.
taste the worst too.
No.
The aftertaste
It's
though.
just so confusing.
Yes, yes, it is. This is why. Why Cameron and I took an extra bite because you can't tell.
I took a third bite just to get Matthew.
Yeah,
into
see, I get
complacency
I
so
get
he
what
would
you're
take a
saying.
bite.
Steven is saying, what about Ruffles dipped in ice
I
cream?
feel like
That's
I feel
different.
like my kids just spilled ranch all over the vanilla ice cream. That's what it
Yeah,
tastes
it's
like.
not. It's not. I got to figure out where to throw it away at.
It's trash can right over here.
Yeah, but if I'm worried about it melting all over the trash can and the smell that will be in it.
Is there a dumpster outside?
Yeah,
is.
yeah. There's one. We can just take them out after.
If you find an office that you
You
just
put that in the trash can. I
We
don't
can
want
just
to
take the whole bag
I
out.
don't want to put the entire. Okay,
uh
so now here's the fun
that's
part.
gonna be in my mouth all night.
Here's the fun part. So we're going to try to continue to do the show.
So I want to
What
say
does
when I went
nasty
downstairs to
taste?
grab this ice cream, I looked in the kitchen and there was some nice bananas there, and I was thinking, man, this would be great to get that taste out afterwards. And then I looked at them for more than a second and realized they're all green and they're not ripe yet.
That would even
They were
I
just
think,
haunting me.
I would have taken the green one.
It might.
not right.
It might be. Okay, I got to
Hey,
tell
I
you.
don't even like
I got to
bananas.
tell you, dude.
We gotta go somewhere to
Oh, I
get
love
this taste out of our mouth.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It was gross.
It was pretty bad. All right, let's try to get to our next pick, shall we? Our next pick is Guitar Hero versus Rock Band. Now, I'm going to tell you that Guitar Hero is the OG. I could put it back in the you know what? I'm going to put it back in the freezer and see if anyone eats it.
Now you should do.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
that's
know
what I'm
what?
gonna
I
do.
have a vanilla box about that size. We should put a vanilla in there.
Yes.
Go put it back in the freezer. I'll bring it.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
let's
right,
do
all right,
it.
We'll do that. We'll do that. All right. So
You're diabolical, Tim.
I want to thank Trey. I want to thank Trey for that idea because even as short staffed as we are in this building, someone will try it and they'll feel the pain that we're all feeling right now. All right, Guitar Hero versus Rock Band. Guitar Hero was the first one, and it was so cool to be able to play the very first Guitar Hero song that I played. I don't remember, but I do remember the ending song. I think it was from the first one. Was dude, it's hard to get past this taste. It really is.
It really is.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait for the next break. I need
So
some water.
like a lot of things, you come out with a game with a peripheral. Everyone wants to play guitar. Just about everyone would love to be the guitarist. There are some people like Cameron can play bass and Tim can play guitar. I can't do that. I don't know about Matthew, but with Guitar Hero, I felt like it could, but there was something missing. Everyone else couldn't play with you. You couldn't have a drummer. You couldn't have a bass player. You couldn't have a singer. Rock Band came along and gave you all that. And Rock Band also gave you a keytar for Rock Band 5, which I have the keytar. It's been on the show before, and it actually works as a controller. And Rock Band is something every Christmas, the kids come up and we all buy a new song. And we've got like a couple hundred songs in Rock Band.
That's pretty cool.
It's just something that we do. And because of that, I'm going with Rock Band. Matthew, who you got?
I got to go with Guitar Hero.
That's it. He's not going. He can't give a whole lot more.
Refuses to elaborate
Yeah,
further.
no. It's the taste.
It's the taste.
It's the taste. Go ahead, Cameron.
It's definitely the taste.
I'm gonna go Rock Band because memories and treasurement and all that stuff. Also, it's the more superior game because there's more to it.
Yes. There is a mode on Guitar Hero 5, which is a behind the music mode. And so they have, if you ever watched Behind the Music on VH1.
Oh yeah, the rockumentary.
Yeah, so they have these semi-famous artists on there talking about, yeah, I remember when they started and stuff. It's like, oh, that was a bad night. So if you have a bad, no, it's really cool, and it plays into, and you make decisions on that.
My favorite one was the teachers is like, now if you guys keep pursuing this rock and roll, you guys are going to end up in the poop factory.
Yeah, it's great. It really is. It really is good. All right, who you voting for?
Or you just might end up somewhere where you're eating ranch ice cream.
Yeah, who wants to do
Living
that?
the dream, Tim. Living the dream.
Although you know what? I agree with both of you, but I'm going to pick Guitar Hero just to be that guy.
Wow.
We're dealing with anti-Tim.
Wow. No,
because I
this has
just
to
ate
do with
ranch
it.
ice
It
cream,
has
and
to do with the
I'm
ice
in a
cream.
bad.
I knew that's what it was.
mood.
All right, so we have a tie for the third matchup in a row. We have a tie: Guitar Hero or Rock Band. Text line 71307. Give them the countdown. Negative Tim.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and a half, 1, go.
All right, 71307. Guitar Hero or Rock Band. The first one to text. That's the one that goes through. And 71307.
Guitar Hero, the OG. Thank you, Texter.
All right. I'm hurt on this one. And my taste buds are hurt. My stomach's hurt. And we're taking a break. You're listening to Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD. I'm taking If not, you gotta do show now.
Understood.
We got this. If he's not back, Tim, you take us back in, I guess.
Okay.
Because you're the only one who's like. Oh God, that was
Dude,
terrible.
I need some water, bro. Like that was.
I need something to eat
worst
after that. That's a
thing I think I've ever eaten.
Yo, welcome to the new kids on the blog, the Upstate Pulse.
Yo, what's up?
We got Casper, the unfriendly ghost.
We're not allowed to show him because he won't stop swearing or something.
Just do an entire show like that at some point. Staggum Pixies, they got me good.
Oh, yeah. We sure did.
I'm just surprised that the rest of the band actually showed up too. I had no idea you were part of the Pixies.
There's a lot of things you don't know about me.
I hope they're all recovering well.
Pickled pig's feet.
Oh, my stomach feels wrong now. It's made its way there.
Oh, yeah.
It's just going to be literal belly aching for the next 30 minutes.
Did you go get some water?
I need to.
Go get some water.
Is the water fountain like next
So
to
you
the
go out, and then there's a
so.
hallway. You take a right, and it is on your left right before you get to the planet.
All right, does anybody have peanut allergies? Would you like to try some peanuts to get the taste out?
I'm
Anybody
good.
want a peanut?
I will peanut.
some, yeah.
Yeah, I want to get this nasty taste out of my mouth.
I don't know if it'll work or not. Matthew?
I'm good.
It'll
Okay.
work.
They're cashews.
Yeah, you know what? Anything's better.
I was going to say,
I mean, I would eat broccoli right now. Get that taste out of my mouth.
Before we went home.
And me and
So-
broccoli don't get along. I don't like broccoli.
So during the
I love broccoli.
during the next break, we're going to pop a matic and find out who gets shot.
Oh, boy.
Yo, has anybody got a D20 with them? Can we roll that?
No.
See, Dad really likes the Pop-O-Matic, but the D20 just feels better.
Yeah.
It does.
You guys are in trouble.
It's more on brand.
Can we put it on to a vote?
It's
I
just
vote
because you
D20.
like that joke.
What if Tim rolls the Pop-O-Matic and me and Cameron roll the D20?
We don't have a
Because
D20 in there.
that
I
thing
have
doesn't
D20.
like me.
Just on you?
Yeah.
Respect.
I have my metal dice. I just keep them in my backpack.
Well, that's a smart move.
Nah, we're going to go with Pop-O-Matic. Because Tim made Rock Band lose.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
I mean, you did.
034 did that.
You know, it was like one of my favorite games on the whole thing. You made it lose.
No, I didn't.
It was your choice. This was your decision.
There are consequences, Tim.
I didn't do nothing.
You might win on it. You don't know. One more break.
Yeah, I think so. Let me double check on that. Yep, one more break.
How much time's left in this one?
You got 30 seconds.
Fred and me.
Right now?
Do it now. Yeah, because we're going to have to shoot in the break. I put it on a hard surface. Put it over on that thing.
I hate that stupid thing.
All right, Tim got 3. Cameron.
We're going with highest or?
No,
Hope you roll
lowest.
2.
Cameron got a 4.
Yeah, here we go. It's gamer time. 5. You see, your mistake was not saying it's gamer time before you rolled. I'm just saying.
I hate that stupid thing. I hate it.
So I made the realization that nobody actually sees what I'm saying on stream. So I'm just mouthing off the Frozone monologue with no backup at all. So it just seemed like a crazy person.
Because you are.
It's true.
A little bit, yeah.
Welcome back to the Upstate Pulse. During the break, we're all still suffering. We all will
those
suffer.
Peanuts helped.
The peanuts helped a little bit, not really though.
I'm gonna need a nice long, like I'm gonna
hot sauce or something.
Yeah, I have to
yeah.
look at it in this trash can.
Yeah.
Let's order some really spicy
Something like
wings from
peanuts isn't really
Wingspot.
going to help with that. It's such a dry thing. You need something that's moist and is actually going to spread.
We need
in
some
your mouth
wet.
a little bit.
Okay.
I mean,
All
yeah.
right.
See, I'm afraid that you've ruined ranch dressing for me.
Nah, I don't. I think
Ranch
I'm
dressing
afraid
is
of it.
already ruined by existing, so that's fine.
How dare you?
Yeah,
How dare
bro.
you. Yeah. All right. Let's
I'll
get
stand
to
by that.
let's get to our next pick. And by the way, we did Pop-O-Matic during the break, and Tim lost again. But because I'm a nice guy, even though Tim cost Rock Band a little bit earlier,
It was not me.
I am. I'm gonna put off him being shot again until next week.
Yes.
Even though Rob left the gun.
Rob
I know-
left the
I
gun.
mean,
and
you
we're
shot
not
me in
going
the
to
lip.
use it.
Okay, I got
Yeah.
a fat lip right now.
You should have
That's
covered
on you,
up.
man. You should have brought protection. Always bring
Yeah, but-
protection.
Yeah, I did. I was protecting, and I just looked up for a second, and yeah, I just got beamed in the lip.
It's a cardinal sin, Tim.
I would
I
say.
mean, I know they're hard to miss.
I would say I'm sorry, but you hit me in the forehead and it still hurts even now. All right. The next matchup, and we got to move through these so we can get them done. BioShock versus Call of Duty. Call of Duty is one of the more popular games right now. And because Tim went against Rock Band, I'm going with BioShock. Cameron, who you got? You can talk about the games. I just don't know a lot about either of them.
BioShock is one of the most lauded RPGs of all time. It's a perfect blend of storytelling and first-person shooting. Very complex stories, very much pulling on emotional heartstrings. A lot of people really love and kind of hate BioShock Infinite for that reason. And
Is it like an open world, like action RPG or?
It's action. I think it's pretty linear for the most part.
It's
Oh,
not
it's
open
linear?
world. It's very
Ugh.
linear.
Those
But,
aren't
because
RPGs.
it's
They're just
pulling you
linear.
along a
We should just
story.
call them linear.
It's still a role playing game. You're still
No.
playing a role within the game and leveling up and whatnot. But I'm gonna go with BioShock.
Matthew.
I feel for BioShock pretty much the same reasons that Cameron was dropping. Call of Duty is a mixed franchise, but I definitely got to give it over to BioShock.
Okay. Like, I mean, I was going to pick BioShock too, actually.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I was.
You play Call of Duty all the time.
I like RPGs. I do play Call of Duty and I love Call of Duty, but I think RPGs are better games.
I don't believe you, Headshot.
I'm just good at the game. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Our next matchup is Minecraft versus Civilization. I'm going to go first on this again. I know Minecraft is really popular. I can't get past the squareness of it. And, that's just me. I
can't
don't
get past the squareness.
I don't like squares.
It's too
see?
square.
I don't like squares. See, I don't hang with squares.
Where's the
see?
roundness?
Yeah, I got to have some ovals. some
ovals.
Where's
I
the
got to have some
degrees?
ovals, and there's no ovals in Minecraft. There's nothing but squares. And I really like Civilization. I'm going Civilization. Tim, what do you got?
As a father, I am well familiar with Minecraft, although I'm in agreement with you. I don't like the pixelated type of games. But I'm pretty sure my son would disown me as a father if I didn't pick it. So I'm going to go with Minecraft.
There you go, Matthew.
I am very familiar with both franchises. I've had a lot of fun both in single player and especially in multiplayer with both. And I feel like Minecraft is not earning its due respect because, yeah, I mean, obviously it's got the graphical style that might not work for everybody, but it's the epitome of just an open sandbox game that just drops you in a world with a bunch of different physics and mechanical engines and technical engines and just says, have fun with this, make your own fun out of this. And it's a great time. And I've had dozens of hours of fun in that game in the past. So I got to go with Minecraft.
All right, really quick on Twitch, Dunbar Rose says Civ all day long. Cameron, what you got?
I'm going nuclear Gandhi. Nobody gets that joke.
I got it.
It's
Did
a
you
well
not see
it's a
me
well
laugh?
known. Okay, I didn't look. I'm sorry. But there's
I expect you to be looking at me at all times. I've got that beautiful face.
Yeah,
that
remember,
deserves to be looked at.
remember he can't see out of
you-
one eye right now, Matthew. You're so uncaring.
I
so-
expect that eye to be fixated on my
the
beautiful
one
face.
eye. The one eye that's working properly should be.
I'm
looking
sorry, my
to your
gaze is
left.
affixed to myself because Anyway, I got distracted there.
Yeah, you need to vote.
Yeah, I was going with
He
civilization.
went with nuclear
Okay,
Gandhi.
I went with nuclear Gandhi.
So, am I wrong? Do we have another tie?
We have another
What is
tie.
going on here? What is going on here? All
You're
right,
forcing the ties.
Don't everybody talk at once. It sounds garbled on the air. Text line 71307. After Cameron gives you the countdown, Minecraft or Civilization? Cameron, give him the countdown.
A 3, a 2, a 1, and go.
A crunch.
Text line 71307. Minecraft or Civilization? Please text in now and tell us who you think should go through, Minecraft or Civilization.
Civilization.
So,
Oh wait, no. Wait, yeah, it says Civilization can't stand Minecraft. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's Civilization. All right.
My son's mad at me. I don't care.
Okay, it's not your
That's
fault.
funny.
It's not your fault. All right. And let's grab another matchup in here. Borderlands versus Fire Emblem. I'm going to go ahead and go first because I want to get this first round done. We've got a couple matchups that we need to get done before we take our final break. I don't like the art style in Borderlands, but I got to be honest, I've never played Fire Emblem. So I'm going to go with Borderlands. Cameron.
I've been a big time Borderlands fan most of my life. I've seen Fire Emblem here and there. I want to get into it, but I got to go with what I know. I'm going to go with Borderlands.
Matthew.
I do love me some Borderlands. It's a really fun, really great series, but Fire Emblem is a series that I have also been really all about. It is the OG tactical RPG with some of the highest highs in fantasy storytelling in any video game I've ever played. Some of the earlier Fire Emblem games, not so much the recent ones, but even in the weaker storytelling side of things, it always hits on the gameplay side for the most part. So I got to go with Fire Emblem.
You don't like being Professor Matthew? Anyway, let's move on. Tim?
I'm going to go with Fire Emblem.
All right. Another tie? Are you just doing this on purpose?
No, actually, I just said earlier that I like tactical RPGs.
You had to figure this is where the split was going to be.
All right. So there's a tactic here. If you say tactical RPGs, Tim's going to vote for
Well,
it.
it
All right.
literally is the original tactical RPG.
All right.
Matthew's is saying all the keywords.
All right. We need to take a final break. So text line 71307, Borderlands or Fire Emblem? Countdown 3, 2, 1. Fire Emblem or Borderlands? Borderlands or Fire Emblem? Which one? Text line 71307. You can go ahead and start playing the music so we can get out to our break.
Fire Emblem.
Let's go.
Oh, wait, no, I'm just kidding. Borderlands came in first.
Oh. Did it come in before
They
or
came in at
after?
the same time, but Borderlands is before Fire Emblem.
All right.
I was so excited for a
We are
second
going to
there.
forego the lightning round to get our last two matchups in. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WRD. Everything sounds hot. Is everything hot? You watching your levels?
Oh, we're
Everything's-
hot.
Everything
Yeah,
sounds
no,
hot.
it's just that they changed.
Could be my headphone level.
They
but
changed the some of the settings over there this last week, so it's been kind of weird because when we talk real quiet, it's really low, and then when we talk real loud, it's really hot. So like I don't.
Wasn't the last Fire Emblem game like the three
There's
houses
a
thing? Like
compressor
you're-
or
well,
something there.
another one
It's
came
not
out earlier
working that
this
well.
year.
Ah, okay.
I don't know
Okay.
how that goes, but yeah.
I was
Three
lightning
Houses
rounds. Come
Professor
back
Bang.
with
I was like, did I mess up my
regular thing.
reference?
No, you got the reference
Okay.
right.
all right, I can't see, so I'm just going to guess.
That's nowhere near where it was. It's over here.
Oh,
It's
you
actually-
moved it.
actually-
That's right. He moved it.
Actually, that's exactly where it was, but he moved it.
Well, he still would have gone. He would have hit short, but
Yeah, but it would have been kind of
Closer.
on target. Yeah.
Yeah, I moved it because of I did the visual bit.
Yeah, because it really wasn't that nasty. He was just pretending.
With just a regular rejoin, right?
I was
Yes.
about to say that was a bit.
No, it was not. It's
half and
nasty.
half.
If you are weird and thought, I'm gonna try ranch ice cream, don't do it.
No, it's
the
bad. It's not
cashier
worth it.
said, the cashier picked it up and went, "Are you buying this?" It's like, yeah. She's like, "That doesn't sound good at all." And I said, "I know."
The texter said, no, I was first. The other guy texted before the countdown, but they came in literally at the same time. Both of them say 2 minutes ago.
Really?
Yep.
Hey man, it is what it is and stuff.
Why is everybody so salty over this? This is fun.
He even admitted that he texted before it. I'm sad.
My wife says she wants her money back for the ice cream. I can bring the ice cream home.
You get your money's worth then.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get your
You
money's
don't-
worth
you
by
don't
eating
want
the
it.
rest of it, I can bring it home.
Yeah, you should
No,
take
you
it back
don't.
to the store and just be like, this tastes awful.
This
I
is
want my
not
money
good.
back.
This is not. I thought this was going to be good. It's not good. I want my money back. Or can I exchange it for like good ice cream? No, we didn't put it in the trash. We put it back in the freezer.
I'd also like to read that as no, put it in the trash.
No,
This is all
so
caps.
put it in the freezer and until they clean out the fridge again, which I don't know when that'll be. I'm curious. I'm going to try to check every Saturday and see if it's still there.
We should go with 10. With,
No, because I'm wondering if mold grows on it. Could you tell?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could tell.
I don't know.
I honestly want to go with Trey / Tim's
Things don't
idea.
Things don't mold in
So
the
do
freezer.
I,
They
but I'm
freezer
not
burn.
giving that part away.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I know it was said, but people have already forgotten. So let's not bring it up again.
gotcha.
And we'll be tactical and we'll replace it. We'll put it in the thing that Tim was talking about and see if anyone tries it.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait for that. Then we gotta, after we realize it's gone, we have to send out a mass email and just be like, who ate the ice cream?
I was saving that.
Who ate my ranch ice cream?
The entire
That
station
was
erupts into riots.
My favorite ice cream, and you ate it.
Unless we get an email from someone who's in charge downstairs saying, all right, who bought the ranch ice cream? Then we ain't saying nothing.
No, we ain't said nothing.
I'm sorry, the what ice cream?
Yeah. They make ranch ice cream?
That's
That
weird.
sounds
Who would buy that?
weird.
That sounds nasty.
What kind of sadist would buy that kind
Yeah,
of
who
ice
would do
cream?
that? Who would do that?
Dude, somebody,
That sounds like something the
dude,
Rise
they are
guys
not a
would do.
sadist. They are a straight up psychopath.
Yeah, that sounds like something the Rise guys would do. We would never do something like that.
No, not on.
That sounds
this.
like
We're on
like how they would
we
pay
are
up a bet.
a refined show here.
Exactly.
We are a show of class and dignity
Well, I don't know about-
and of expert marksman.
I don't know about the
And
class
expert
part.
marksmanship.
Yes. I was going to say I was sorry about your lip, but you made Rock Band lose. So forget your lip, man. I hope it swells
I
up.
have no idea. I have no idea what you're talking about.
tomorrow.
I didn't do anything.
Few good taters. I need a few good taters right now to get rid of the ranch taste. Real salty. I don't know.
Oh, that's the best part.
Can we pick up something on the way home?
I don't know. I'm not in a hurry. I'm on vacation in like 6 minutes.
Because I mean,
And waggling. I was gonna say you could at least play some music. Man, that music is hot, dude.
yeah, it came in really hot.
Yeah, it's, I mean, what are you doing?
Oh, it came in on the wrong channel.
Are you trying to make us deef?
No, it just came. It came in on the wrong
And,
channel.
you know what? Here's the thing. You're going to have
Oh.
to noob yourself because you're talking
Yeah.
over there and your microphone is not on. You managed to make it the entire time.
What, Tim?
Yeah.
What?
You were having an entire conversation. The only one heard it was the people on stream. We didn't hear a word you said.
I was just answering you. I didn't have
Were
a whole
you?
conversation.
Well-
Kenny, what are you saying?
There were multiple words. I know there were multiple words. Nah, let
There
it
was
go.
more than
Let it go.
5.
We don't have time. All right. It's my gift to you for covering my vacation. All right, the next matchup is Batman versus The Last of Us. And Batman, I'm it's whatever Batman games that you enjoyed, including all the Arkham games. And the Arkham games are some of the best games ever created by mankind. So I'm going with Batman. Cameron.
I'm also going with Batman because
I'm
that's
gonna
one of my
pick
favorite
Mass
superheroes.
Effect and not pick Last of Us.
What?
It's the same kind of game, isn't it?
We haven't played.
Well, now I don't want to play it.
Yeah.
Drastically different.
Yeah.
Now I don't
that's
want to
your
play
loss.
Mass Effect.
All right, Matthew, what you got?
I wouldn't go quite as far as Lonzo is with the Arkham games. They're really good, not the greatest of all time, but I am definitely going to go with Batman because I do love a lot of his games.
Well, I would have picked Last of Us, but it doesn't matter.
Well, you can still pick it. You're right. It still doesn't matter, but you can pick it.
Oh, well, I'm picking Last of Us.
Let your voice. Why?
Why would I pick Last of Us?
Yeah.
I hated the second game, but I really enjoyed the first game so much so that it's one of my most favorite games of all time.
All right, one more matchup and round 1 is done. Command and Conquer versus God of War. Cameron.
I think I'm going to give Command and Conquer the pity vote because I've never played God of War. But Command and Conquer is one of those games of it is one of the progenitors of the RTS genre. Without it, a lot of the other RTS games would not exist, and that is one of my favorite genres.
What was that word he said?
Also,
keyword.
Also, all the later games have like these live action segments with all these different actors in there, including Tim Curry playing a Russian guy, just going like, "I'm going to the last place that capitalism could possibly get me, space." And he just leaves.
All right, Matthew.
I am a big fan of Command and Conquer and the God of War games, but specifically the newer God of War games. I think if we were looking at I think we didn't have the 2 most recent ones and we were just looking at the original trilogy, I don't think it would stand up to Command and Conquer. But with the most recent ones, I got to give it over to God of War.
So you're a fan of Daddy Kratos.
All right, Tim.
Exactly. The Kratos with an actual character, yes.
Yes.
When I just got my PlayStation 5 and I got the God of War one. So I'm going with God of War.
All right, I am going with Command and Conquer because of Tim Curry.
Because I got it for free.
Yeah, so we have a tie, and we've got like 2 minutes to solve this tie. Text line 71307, Command and Conquer or God of War, 321, go ahead and go. So the first person to text in, Command and Conquer or God of War, one of those games has to go through. Someone needs to text, and if not, I will take it off the stream because we got to have a winner here. 71307 is the text line. God of War or Command and Conquer.
How fitting that the last one of round 1 goes to a tie.
God of War.
Okay, God of War moves through, and there you go. Round 1 is done. Really quick, let's go through the matchups. In round 2, Final Fantasy versus Pac-Man, Warcraft versus Destiny, Mass Effect versus Spider-Man, Guitar Hero versus BioShock, Elder Scrolls versus Dragon Age. Don't have time for the rest. You have to stay tuned to next week to the Upstate Pulse. Thanks for Rob Young coming on the show. It's always awesome when he's here, and Tim appreciates being shot by his large Nerf gun.
Thank you so much.
I will be on vacation, and I will be back next Saturday because I don't miss this show because it's awesome. Thank you for listening to the Upstate Pulse. Have a great weekend, everybody, and don't buy ranch ice cream.
Oh.
Thank you, Dunbar Rose, and I hope I'm saying the name right because, that's I mean, phonetically, I believe it's correct.
I think you got it right.
And we are all going to be sick. So there's that. We're all going to be sick.
Like I'm going home to puke.
Yeah, we're all
specifically just
really,
to puke.
By the way,
I didn't have enough wrong with me right now.
Oh, thank you. I did say it right. So this is not an exaggeration for radio purposes. It was really nasty.
It was disgusting.
It was pretty. It ranks up there, top 2 now as the worst things ever. It's not as bad as the Lucky Charms milkshakes.
I was
That's
not
still number
lying
one.
when I said it was one of the
part about the
worst
Lucky
things
Charms-
I've ever tasted.
Part of the Lucky Charms milkshake is like it should have worked.
Yeah, it should have, but it did not. It
This-
That sounds like it
This
was.
was never going to work.
Yeah, you're right. This was never going to work.
There was
but we
no
did it
chance of
anyway.
success with this. It
I
was
mean,
always gonna
it's
be
like
painful.
hot sauce Mountain Dew.
And by the way,
Just
not
didn't
all
work.
our taste tests are bad. I mean, some of them, like the pizza sliders from Arby's, those things were excellent.
Or like
I
when
mean,
Rob brought in like Japanese Kit Kats.
Yeah, I mean, so there's what you can buy at Borderlands Comics and Games.
Yeah,
They're
those things are
excellent, by the way.
those things are dope.
So not everything is bad, but I think it kind of equals out as far as the bad and the good. Speaking of the bad and the good, the good is we'll be back next week. The bad is we're all going to go puke. And Tim, tell everyone goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.
All right, Matthew, say goodbye.
Very well.
Cameron, say goodbye.
Bye. Watch out for pixies and dark alleys.
Yeah, those things are brutal. We're gonna check
They
out the
bite.
door before we go out, but they hide in the dark. Thank you, and
If you start hearing songs, run.
have a great weekend and a great week, and see you next week.